What's up, my loves? It's your girl Diamond, and I'm back with the final part, Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 3, Part 3 of the reunion. Let's get into it. So, continue with the conversation between Marceau and Louis. Marceau downplaying a lack of experience, lack of wisdom, lack of knowledge, lack of advice that Louis and Tiffany can give them because he's been married once, failed. She's been married once, failed, and now they are now getting to on 1 year, which is not hard to do. Like, the fact that you guys are married for a year, that's great, but yeah, you guys have not reached a level of what it means to be married for 15. Here goes Letitia looking stupid, co-signing on, put some respect on our marriage. We married for 15 years. I don't care, Letitia. I don't care. I don't care. Because from, like I said, I am 5 years in my marriage, and I can easily see this shit as what it is. Unstable foundation, okay? Just because you've been married for 15 years doesn't mean it's been perfect. Not every marriage is perfect. You shouldn't strive for perfection, but you guys overlook y'all issues and y'all put things on top of it to sway y'all from talking about things because you guys really disagree over the simplest of things that shouldn't be this hard. Like Tisha, you had to surprise your husband with a surprise therapy session because you knew he wouldn't go if you was to ask him because he felt like he don't need therapy. So you had to go out that way to get therapy, and he started making you feel stupid for you getting therapy for yourself. But at the end of the day, Lewis said that's great. You've been married 15 years. That's great. I have family and friends that have been married 30 plus. That's great. Nobody's downplaying. But at the same point in time, can we get there? You just downplaying me that I've only been married once and I failed that as if failing a marriage is something to look down upon. It's not looking down upon. If that marriage didn't work, that marriage didn't work. That's okay. It reminded me of when they were in Vegas and Marceau was completely against divorce, as if divorce is such the craziest word you can think of. But like Lewis said, sometimes you can find the other side of the tunnel with divorce. Divorce could be a great thing, could be a blessing. It could get you to think about things you never thought you would have when it came down to your marriage. And if you were to get married again, you kind of know what to expect and know what not to do to fuck up. Jimmy. You fall down, but you get back up. You learn from your mistakes, and you learn how to learn how to go about them, learn what not to do. I tried this before, but I didn't do it like this, and I get a different outcome. That's the whole thing about learning and knowing, acknowledging yourself of how to go through things. You do not have the entire wisdom, the bandwidth. You do not know everything. And when you are hearing things you do not know, you look down on it. You talk bad about it. You dismiss it. Marceau, you did a lot of things in life you don't know about. You will never know. You're not Oz. There isn't anybody else in this world that knows everything. No, you learn from anybody. And that's what Lewis's point was. That's your opinion, but as how you guys don't want to accept our opinions, we can do adversely to you. You could tell me your opinion, but we could prefer not to take it. And that's totally fine. That's totally understandable. It just got on my nerves. So basically, that was the end of that segment. Marceau, shut up, but you look like Gizmo. You look like Gizmo, the evil Gizmo. That's what you look like on Gremlins, the evil Gizmo. Get the fuck out of here. So that was the end of the husband segment. Now we're about to approach the women segment. All the men leave. Lewis was definitely done. Like, he was like, wow, that was a interesting introduction. What a great way to introduce you on the show, right? Because Martell definitely felt like the Scots did a little bit too much with wanting to get to know everything, like the whole transparency thing. Like, listen, almost everybody on that stage is not as transparent as they say they are. I don't care if they've been on this show. I don't care if we know more about them, but there are some things that they do not come out with. There are some things. Granted, did Tiffany and Louis not bring much? Just brought mess? Yeah. But I'm not all the way upset about it because at least they were present on bringing the mess versus then what Destiny brought. Seriously. I don't know what else that nobody else brought besides Tiffany being messy. Tiffany don't know how to read the room. There was more to discuss than Destiny, in my opinion. And of course, it's going back to the statement that Tisha made. I want to get to know you, but you want to start off with, what's my dirt? Do you want to get to know me, or you want to know about my dirt so you can use it against me by next week? That's what I want to understand. And Marceau and Maurice, stupid. And how Marceau is telling Maurice that, because you only know me based off of how much time I'm on the show. It's a whole 50 minutes, and you've only seen a 6-minute clip of me, and you think you know more about me based off one episode? Hell no. But at the same time, Marceau, we watched you for 3 seasons, and the things that might not have been completely in detail about you, We could get a snippet about how you are in the 50-minute clip of watching the episode. We could tell. 10 minutes in, we can now see your behavior, and it's bullshit. But that's based off of what we know. That's how you are, Marceau. The camera does not show what we don't know. The camera does not lie, not fabricate about how your behavior is, because your behavior is what it is when you're on that camera. We're not hiding. They're not hiding it. They're not. What's the word I'm looking for? Exaggerating your behavior, exaggerating your beliefs, because your beliefs is definitely your beliefs. Have you not seen Marceau's lives? The way Marceau goes on live is the same as how he interacts on the show. Speaks about nonsense, affirmations, the plight of a black man, all these monologues. It's the same thing he does on the show. Doesn't talk, doesn't use regular words. Him and Maurice. And let's not get on how last week Maurice lied about he was not on that trip. Marceau put it up there. Your brother put you out there that you were on that Atlanta trip, and Martell didn't. And Marceau and Maurice knew that Ariana was on there. So we're talking about accountability on how Tiffany and Lewis did not do that, not show transparency. How about your brother take accountability that he lied, how he was on that trip, and now he didn't want to say it because he didn't want to hear from Kimmy. And Marceau, you're lying because now that you've known since 2015, which was the start of the affair, you've known all that time between Martell and Ariana. You knew the entire time, didn't say nothing. But as soon as he got caught, as soon as there was a baby in the mix, now you want to say, wow, wow, wow. But yet, I'm not going to do it because I feel like Marceau, no matter what you try to spin it, you are just as bad as Martell. You have, what's the word? The Webster's Dictionary to not showcase that you are just as bad as Martell, but you guys are. Yeah, all that shit talking about someone else's relationship, you've been together, this and that, bullshit, goodbye and good night. Yeah, I already said all that. And then Marceau said something about how when it came down to Lewis and Tiffany talking about other people's marriages, Maurice and Marceau felt like we do the opposite. We don't get into everybody's business. You're fucking lying. You guys all get in each other's business. Y'all all do. That's why you guys were all in tune with Martell and Mel's business, but did not bring yours into the forefront. Y'all didn't bring it because y'all wanted to be all up on Mel and Martell's. So y'all do get in other people's marriages, get into people's business. You guys all do it. Yep, I already said all that. Yep. So yes, women's segment. So we're talking about Destiny and Tiffany. So of course it was, the whole segment about how Tiffany came on the show appearing very messy, especially at Destiny's brunch, talking about how she thought she met her before and it was her husband's award ceremony and she thought you were different, but it was another woman, which set that type of notion that LeBerg was cheating on her. But apparently I think we're all privy to that's kind of what happened. I mean, Destiny said they've had breaks, but there was no infidelity, but y'all have entertained other people. So we can't say that's not true when you admit that there have been breaks. So, okay. And Carlos asked Destiny, do you think that Tiffany's messy? She said, absolutely. Hell yeah. Tiffany, how you feel about her saying that? Honestly, I hate that that's how it came about. I've apologized, and that's her opinion. Because, because Carlos asked, do you think that Destiny was a dog with a bone with what happened at the brunch that she carried on to the rest of the seasons? Yes, she was. And Mel said yes, because it was carried over for the show for a long time, and I don't think Destiny fully got over it. But then Destiny wants to say, I don't think it's ever to get easy to get over something when you've never been able to hash it out. What do you mean you've never been able to hash it out? We had to wait until episode 12, 14 for you to finally have a sit down with her, because it got annoying after the third episode after the brunch that you kept talking about it. Get the fuck over it, because they said they never had a chance to fully address it. The first time was Taco Tuesday. But Destiny, you already came with irritation, because let's not forget what brought that irritation. You told Tisha, when Tisha was trying to shop for a graduation gift, you told Tisha about how you was mad at Mel for not coming in and defending you when it came down to what Tiffany said. And you never spoken to Mel all that time to now. And you told Tisha. And what did Tisha do? Tisha told Mel at Taco Tuesday, because Mel didn't know that you had an issue with me. But since Tisha wants to be messy and start some shit, she told Mel. And then now, at that table, Melody told you that Tisha told her, and you felt like Tisha was getting messy, and you got even more irritated by that. So then, of course, Tiffany gave you some lackluster apology that you did not accept, but I felt like you was already on one with this. It was cold tea. It was cold tea. The tea was cold. So, but then that half-ass apology didn't sit with you. You wanted to still keep on being argumentative, being aggressive, being petty, going back and forth. Did not get the full apology. But then, while Tiffany's trying to speak on how when y'all had that sit down at the bar and we're trying to know one another, we're trying to like get to know one another, and we actually found out we have a lot in common. As Tiffany got barely a sentence out, here goes Destiny. And she's like, see, that's the shit right there. You're going to write me off for something I haven't even said yet. Oh, no, I'm going to wait. You got it. You got it. And Mel is picking up the energy because she feels like, what is the issue? Because I don't like this bickering. You guys pick on each other for the littlest of things. Is there something deeper? Because this should not warrant all of this. You guys be going at each other. And then Tiffany said it's crazy how judgmental you come off of. You come off very judgmental. So she said, Miss Opinionated thinks I'm judgmental. So what have I done? What have I done? She's trying to explain, but I feel like every time as she's about to explain, Destiny has this attitude. She's just being so nasty and so snappy towards her. She's not giving Tiffany no room to speak. And I don't like that. It was like, was you that mad about what was being said? Like, even though we were hashing about what happened, I really can't believe you were this pissed based on what happened at your birthday brunch. You're still this upset. So basically, every time I come around or I'm saying something, you be like, oh, why are you saying that? Oh my God, here goes Tiffany again. Which is what you did, Destiny. All your confessionals, all your faces, you kept making a face. You kept being nasty towards Tiffany. You kept doing it. So before, Carlos can even ask the question, she cussed him off by saying, haven't been judgmental towards you. I already said that. And even in Vegas, you had an attitude about what I said to Tisha. But that was before we had a one-on-one. I know I'm getting to the point where I had to sit down, but you're not letting me get it out. Because at what happened in Vegas, Tisha and Tiffany were having a conversation. Granted, it should have been a sidebar, but it was open. And you didn't like what Tiffany said, even though what she said wasn't technically wrong. It wasn't misquoted, because that's exactly what Marceau said, granted. But Marceau shouldn't have felt comfortable speaking about his relationship in front of other men. He shouldn't have done that. Pillow talk needs to be addressed on both sides. So then after that, you jumped in and told her she don't know how to read the room, but you made that about you. Because you wanted to make sure that your feelings are still getting recognized about how she made you feel at your birthday party, right? So that wasn't even about Tisha. That was about you. And the whole getting drugged in Atlanta, Huntsville, all that type of stuff, not necessary in my opinion. So, being short and back, because Tiffany's like, I don't know why you're being so fucking snarky right now. So Destiny wants to say, well, the way that you're giving me is what I'm giving back to you plus more, because this is how you look, how you're coming at me. But Tiffany wasn't coming at her in no disrespectful way, no passive-aggressive way, no snarky way. That was all Destiny. Destiny already had an attitude as soon as we get to Tiffany. And when Tiffany didn't even get a chance to speak, here she go with an attitude, rolling her eyes back and forth, just so annoyed by this woman's words, just so annoyed by this woman's presence. And it shows that Destiny she really picks up the itty bitties, the smallest things. And she creates a bigger thing what it was, a mountain of a molehill. And it's really bothering, because then, of course, while that's being a conversation, while we're trying to get through the Tiffany and Destiny segment, Destiny ends up going to Mel, because that's where it came off of, based off of what our conversation would be, and then Tiffany jumped in. But we didn't get to Mel and Destiny yet. We were talking about Destiny and Tiffany. But Destiny don't want to have things out with Tiffany. She don't want to. She wants to stay in this cycle of fiasco. She wants to stay in it where it doesn't need to be that way, because what happened between y'all was small. It was small, but you made it bigger than what it was, and it got annoying because you did not want to bring about your own shit. You wanted to talk about something so small and carry it as your storyline, like you did with Kim about the chicken thing, and you came in messy. Like, can you? Yeah, because at the same time, it's like your whole behavior before Tiffany got up here. You had like, oh God, here we go. Like, that's not necessary, and that's not cool. So of course it's like, was Mel being a real friend to Destiny? Was she? But at the same time, it was like Tiffany wasn't the main issue. She was just a byproduct of the real issue between Mel and Destiny. But okay. So Destiny is confused about where her relationship is with Mel because they haven't spoken since they rapped. And Melody agreed. She said, "That's accurate because right after we rapped, I took a break from everything, everybody. Um, I'm not mad that Mel took a break from the show. She took a break from everybody because that's her prerogative. If she felt like this show is draining, it's toxic, it's just too much on the brain, she has every right to break away. Now, when it comes to how you're saying that you're friends with Destiny and you guys want to be a part of each other's lives, okay, yeah, a conversation would have been helped to let her know where you stand. But to me, the way that Destiny showed her ass at your video premiere party, I would have definitely think you put her on red for a reason. I would definitely think so because for Destiny to come out at that moment to make it about her at Mel's event, it's kind of like, why why should I tell you that I'm taking a break? Why should I tell you I'm not going to be, on social media? I'm gonna go full isolation. I'm just gonna spend time with my family and my kids. So I'm gonna do. Because Destiny gives me clingy, very needy. And she, when she wants to feel validated in how she's feeling as a friend, but she's not feeling it from Mel. But Mel I don't have time to babysit you about how you're feeling like you're less than as a friend to me. But you are a friend by the same point in time. Mel has her own shit. And she has other friends that she's known longer than Destiny did. So of course she's gonna look at it as if like, I mean, we're really good friends, but you ain't you ain't part of my circle. But Destiny wants to. She wants to be part of your inner circle because she wants to be able to move up and move on like Mel did. Because Destiny is definitely envious of how Mel has thrived ever since she got divorced, a very public divorce, and she is moving on to better things. Mel just dropped a new song last night at midnight, Side Chick Award, a really good song. I loved it. So it's kind of like, Destiny wants to automatically be where Mel at, but she doesn't want to admit and acknowledge and talk about what she doesn't like about what happened. She doesn't want to. She just wants to get there and not have a conversation. And I don't think that's fair. Um, so then while hearing that Mel took a break, here go Letitia. And so Mel was like, "Yes, Tisha. Yes, Tisha. I take breaks. I break away from everything. Okay, I take a break." But no, I ain't saying that's what I'm saying. So of course Carlos picks up and says, "So what's the face for?" "I didn't make a face. I didn't." "Okay, but we have a problem. What's up?" I just think it's an excuse. Like, I think it's an excuse for her to say she breaks away because Destiny and Mel was friends before they got on the show. So why would, at this point, from someone you used to talk to every single day, never miss the beat, to now go cold turkey and don't speak to him at all? I just don't think that Mel knows how to be a good friend to nobody. I mean, I don't know. And of course, Mel could say the same thing to Tisha. You're not a good friend either. You're not a good friend either. So then, yep, yep. So of course, since Tisha didn't want to hop in and make that about her, because she wasn't even listening to what Disney said at that point, because she wanted to hop in and get at Mel. But then she said, I don't know. I don't know what's going on between them. I'm not in their friends. So I'm be quiet. I'm be quiet. No, speak your piece. Let her talk. Here they go. Here's the floor. Because we're having open dialogue about what's going on. So here you go. Here's the floor. So then, what happened? Yep. Because Tisha feels like when Mel needs you, you're there for her. But when Mel has it together, she doesn't need you. And Mel was like, "Excuse me? When I get it together, I don't need you. Don't pay me as some music. That's not the case. I've always had it together." And I told you this before. Because of course, Tisha felt like the way that she treated Destiny was the same as Mel treated her when they were going through their issues and had been not spoken to for a very long time. She said, part of why I pulled back the first time was because I was going through things in my marriage. And I shared with you those issues that I was going through in my marriage. So I decided to completely pull back away from conversating, having any type of talk with nobody. Because I wanted to focus on my marriage, which is fine to do. So I don't know why Tisha felt like she just dropped her like a bad habit and just ignored her. But I have my own shit. I have my own shit to worry about. I'm not finna be checking my messages to make sure Tisha don't cry herself in the corner because I did not call her. I did not text her. Tisha, go sit down somewhere. like she said, I shared with you. I shared with you what I was going through, but I didn't want to put my energy on sharing with someone who's not my husband. I want to share my feelings and my concerns on how we can make it better. So that's what I did. I pulled back for a good reason. It wasn't because we weren't friends. I pulled back because I wanted to develop all my time and get my marriage on track. As someone who's married, you will want to spend all your time and exhaust all options to get your marriage on track. You're not going to think about nothing else right now. But don't say it how she hasn't got it. She gets it together. She goes cold turkey. Tisha, go. Talk to your husband about how you don't have it together. Go with him. So Mel definitely, at the same time, Mel definitely said, yeah, I already said that. Sorry. So then, while they're going back and forth, she doesn't like what was more because while she is checking on her, Tisha's making her little faces, and Tisha don't want to admit it because like that's how you feel, Tisha, because you want to make a face, but I didn't make a face. But that's how you feel. Let's be honest. Put it on the table. You're being honest, right? So I don't have an issue. I'm just speaking my truth. Okay, that's what I'm doing. Okay, turns out it's a little bit more of a truth. It's more of an issue. Now we can talk about it, but I thought we already resolved it because it's going back to how it was the first season. Um. Oh yeah. Because going back to the first season, how we had the conversation about what Mel said about how she heard or she knows that Marceau has been, allegedly having 20 different women. You know what I'm saying? Because birds and feathers flock together. About how Marcel's been in the street. And I'm pretty sure Marceau has. So the whole thing with Destiny and how we talk every day, then we don't. Something else came up. So Mel said, "I'm sorry that you're hurt. I'm sorry that you feel that way. How you feel confused about our friendship, but I don't have an issue with you. I am not mad at you about anything." Destiny, um, well, you don't have an issue, but I have an issue. I do. She said, "Okay, well, let's talk about it." She said, "I don't want to," and I hate that Destiny always invites that she has an issue, but when she's asked to talk about it, she wants to be coy and look and stupid and says, "No, I'm okay. I'm straight. I'm good." But that's a waste of time. Well, what Destiny did, a waste of time. Had been asked about how she felt, but don't want to say nothing. So of course, yeah, they already said that. So then, Tiffany pops up and says, "Okay, well, you see how you asked how how's Mel and Destiny, and she didn't give an answer because she said she don't know. Okay, well, you didn't ask me how where I'm at with her because I don't know either." So apparently, Tiffany's still in the doghouse based off of how Tiffany made Destiny feel for her party. So she's gonna be in the doghouse for a little bit, meaning that she don't want to pursue a friendship with with Tiffany. But I feel like to go at it with this level is redundant to me. So then we get through Kimmy and Tisha's package. So throughout the season, yeah, basically in a nutshell, we get through the fact that the reason why Kimmy and Tisha are in a disarray is because when Mel and Tisha were going through their issues, because Tisha believed that Mel tried to destroy her marriage. She did not try to destroy your marriage, Tisha. She did not. She was just letting you know, pay attention to things, pay attention to your husband's behavior. Just pay attention because to me it's suspect as hell because even though there isn't footage or any news, any blogs about Marceau's alleged cheating, but his mannerisms gives me he has someone who knows how to play her position. She's very quiet. She only pops up when she needs to. She doesn't ask for no more and no less. Where it's not being noticed. And the main issue that Tisha has with Kimmy was the fact that Kimmy did not drop Melody as a friend. She did not stop talking to Melody as a friend when what happened with Tisha. But since Kimmy didn't have an issue with Mel, why would I drop her off? Why would I? Oh, sorry, y'all. Why would I stop being friends with her? And that's what Tisha wanted. Tisha wanted undying loyalty from someone who couldn't give it to her. Because while Tisha trying to tell Kimmy how she wasn't a good friend to her, a good sister-in-law, when you didn't speak up on our marriage. You didn't speak up on anybody. You didn't defend on how much love that we have for each other, how much our family means so much to us. You just sat there and let the entire, social media drag me. Am I going ahead? Because that's what I feel like the synopsis was, basically. Because then, it's just going back to how Tisha and Kimmy have interacted this season. With Tisha using a text message to get money. Kimmy don't roll like that. It was out of her. But then, of course, Tisha wanted to put Kimmy out for not, being a good friend, being supportive. So she wanted to bring someone else up. Excuse me. Yeah, but basically, it was just going back and forth between. I don't know, I'm all over the place, but it was going back and forth between Mel and Tisha, because while Tisha wants Mel to own up of what she said might have affected her marriage, Tisha needs to do the same thing. Because let's not forget, Tisha, the fact that you said you've known at the same time Mel knew about Ariane, I don't think so. I think you knew earlier than that, because you brought on camera about how Martell brought her a matching BMW and how he's paying for her apartment. You brought that up. So Mel is not creating any rumor based off what nobody else has already seen and heard. So she's not doing any of that. And then, of course, take ownership. Mel is still sticking by what she said before. Birds of fly together. Watch your husband. Watch your statements. I ain't changing my mind. But apparently, I don't know why we're going back to what was being said years ago. Because it's just, I can't believe we're going back to some old shit. And Tisha wanted Kimmy to come out and have Kimmy defend Mel at any given point when said about her marriage. But Kimmy said there have been multiple occasions where I had said to both of them in their faces to stop bringing up what they've heard. If whether or not it's true or not, please stop talking about it. She said it in Mel's back porch to Tisha's face. Tisha heard Kimmy say, I told Mel, I need her to stop talking about what she thinks that Marcel has done, because it's not true. So please stop talking about it. So Tisha can't say that Kimmy hasn't gone hard for her, but Tisha don't go hard for Keisha. Tisha don't go hard for Kimmy. Not one point. Because Kimmy said the things that y'all have seen on TV makes it seem I don't check mail, but I do. Y'all just want to create a different story about how I don't do that. And that's why I don't think I can live up to the same expectations as Tisha wants me to. I can't do that. But then it's like, Tisha said she don't have high expectations. Yes, you do. Yes, you do, because it went back to the beginning of the second season on how when Melody said that you guys have been posting about me, talking about me, Tisha lied and said we don't talk about you, Kimmy. Yes, we do. So then, of course, since you felt like you was throwing the bus for not being honest, you looked at Kimmy as if her loyalty is to someone else. No, she told the truth. Just admit, we do talk about Kimmy. We do talk about Mel. We do. And then, Kimmy said you never went hard for me. She said, I have. When have you? Kimmy gets emotional and starts crying because I've given you 27 examples about how Tisha has affected me. Every time. She does not go hard for me, and I go hard for her. Because all Tisha wants to say was, what have you never done hard for you? I've been hard for all my friends. I threw you a baby shower, bridal shower, all that shit. She said, I've never said you never done things for me. What I'm saying is, you do not stick up for me as a friend as the way you want me to do. Especially with the side chick conversation. You and Marceau brought up the side chick conversation in Vegas, and you laughed in her face about it. And that scene you had with Kawa about how girl code and shit. Tisha, you don't have Kimmy's back. You don't go hard for her. None at all. None whatsoever. And Kimmy has been being quiet and being silent and not spoken about Tisha because she went through a whole season of watching Miss Wanda and Tisha drag her. And I have not gone and not said nothing negative about you, especially for your selfishness, your attitude, and your spoiledness. I've never said something about that because you are spoiled. You are. And she's done with being nice. She's done with being cool. She's done with that. And then it was asked, do you think Tisha is immature to handle these conversations? Kimmy didn't want to say yes, but she is immature. So she said, I just don't think Tisha lives in her own world. And that's how it needs to be, going by. It's how she sees her world is at. So Carlos wants them to, get to a better place, work through it. So, da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da. Yep. So of course Tisha won't believe that she was being a friend to her, because you could have told me I dropped the ball, I did that, because I wouldn't want a friend to tell me. But I feel like, Tisha, you would never admit that you're not being a friend, because you don't do that. You expect for them to back you up when you're wrong, back you up when you're right, and never scold you in front of anybody, make you look stupid. That's how life works. I'm not gonna always be able to give you a sidebar conversation and say you did fucked up. If I see you do something fucked up in this moment, I'm gonna call it out. That's what a friend will tell you the truth, whether you like to hear it or not. Mm. So then Kimmy is talking about, as we're talking about Miss Wanda, how, because the mom's about to come out, and she says, "You've never defended me against Miss Wanda. Never. I mean, this time you have, but before that, you let your mother say everything about me," which is true. Let her say a lot of things about her, teacher, and you don't check her. Granted, your mother is grown; she can do what she wants to do, but you need to have her set some boundaries. Mom, I'm not mad at you having an opinion, but please don't bash my friends. Don't do that. Da, 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 da. Yeah, I already said that. Good friends, stuff like that. While Tisha's going back and forth, because Tisha was definitely hyped in that moment for no odd reason. I don't know why she wanted to make like some type of moment to get hyped up, but yeah, she was quiet. She was making faces. Yeah, Tisha got on my fucking nerves. Her and Destiny got on my nerves at the end of this reunion. They did. So while Tisha and Kimmy are going back and forth about how, Kimmy, you're never there for me, because of the truth, Tisha, you're never there for her. And as, oh yeah, I forgot. At the same time, as Kimmy's trying to tell her about what was being said, what Kimmy did defend her on, Tisha kept going on and on and on. You want to come for me? Let's go. Let's go. Fine. That's cool. That's cool. Just keep just talking, talking, talking. Kimmy just told her, shut up. Stop talking. You're not giving nobody else no space to tell you nothing, because you keep talking. Just shut up. Yeah, then Mel don't like the whole back and forth, because since Mel heard before the show started that I've heard you say some things about me. Now, Letitia said that nobody was talking about her, but that's old. But you never take ownership. Mel has taken ownership for what she said, but you will never do, Tisha, because you will never say you enjoyed, you reveled in Mel's demise of her marriage, and you trying to make it where it's not going to happen to you. But yet you were definitely awed of Mel making it work as a wife, a businesswoman, and a mother. And Marceau never allows you to do that. He wanted you to get your real estate license just to have a hobby, something fun to do, not for you to make a career out of. He wanted you to stay home, cook and clean while he made the money. He doesn't see you as a partner. He sees you as a chauffeur, as a maid. He doesn't, no, he don't. So, it was asked if Kimmy would meet Tisha as, would they be friends in real life? They weren't related as sister-in-law. She said no. So then, of course, she said, "Oh wow, okay." I mean, yeah, that's fine. She said what she said. We don't gotta be friends. We don't gotta be that. It's the whole energy. When you don't like what you hear, you have this energy that's very passive aggressive. You're not being honest. You're not saying how you feel. You're just making little comments, making little jabs. So, the moms come out on stage. Oh, right. I'm sorry. Before I forget this. Um, Before I forget this. So while Tiffany, Tisha's trying to still put the entire blame on Mel about how her marriage would have been if you tried to story it. She walks up and points at Tisha and say, "Listen, I've never said nothing bad about you. You have never been talked bad about. I was just talking about what I've seen in your marriage, and I'm telling you to keep an eye out. And all the things I've said have been facts. But of course, oh, you still talking. You're still talking. Tisha is exhausting as hell. Her type of friend is a minion. It's a henchman. Because she doesn't want nobody else to have another opinion. That's what she get from her husband. There's people who agrees with her and move on. Mom's comes out. Martell's mom is not there because she's babysitting the kids. Um, it's a back and forth between Miss Van and Miss Wanda, because Miss Wanda is so in tune with social media. She thinks she has every right to just say whatever she needs to say to folks, and we supposed to just take it. No, because Miss Van said, "Listen, in the day, my daughter would never take advice from you, because while you're telling her to get back with a husband that cheated on her and had a baby, you're on live telling young girls who are in a relationship with married men to get everything that they have, get all the things that they have. If the wife gets it, so do you." And then Miss Wanda, you think she'll listen to you? Of all them sex tapes, them tapes out there, you need to show her what she should do in the bedroom. No, ma'am. Miss Wanda, Miss Wanda, Tisha, get your mother. Tisha, your mother pretty much paints you and what you're about to be in the next 50 years. This is what your mother gonna be, and nobody's gonna want to be fooled with her. Not one bit. Not one bit. So, while knowing the divorce between her daughter and her son-in-law, she was rooting for their marriage in the beginning. She was. But she's happy with the decision that Mel made, because I've seen her happy than I've ever seen her before. Mel cries. It's emotional for her. There. Knowing that Miss Van was supportive, but she's supportive of where they are right now. She believes what the kids tells them, because she said, whenever I'm hearing what's going on with the kids, they tell me Daddy did this, Daddy said that, Daddy did this. Martell wants to blame Mel about how it was her who said he had a girlfriend, he had this, he had that. The kids believed him. She said, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. Why would I want to talk about your lie? I'm not in the position to protect you anymore. So why would I want to do that? Because Martell believes that Mel told him about the kids. They say, no, I didn't. But that's not my place to do that. That's your place to do that. Speaking of Martell and his kids, did y'all see that picture that was posted? He did a copy, literally a copy of what Mel did earlier this season with all of her kids in this like African pride, wear and everything. And he had all 5 of his kids, boy, girl at the bottom, and his son in his lap. I was like, wow. Now, this was a copycat of a picture to do, but the 5 babies was like, ooh. And I look at that baby's face. The baby has eyes like Ariana and ears like Martell. And that's his baby. I'm like, I wonder how is this going to proceed, because I'm not saying he can't be happy with his kids, but why choose this time to do a replica of a copy of a picture that Mel did before? Do you not have any original bold to do something different? I guess. But, yeah, I just want to put that in. So, thinking that the kids knew about the child, she said no. Because what happened was, a few weeks ago, we went to the West End Grill. My daughter, Mariah, she was out the window, her body out. She's screaming, stay away from my daddy. Stay away from my father. She's crying. I had to calm her down. And we said, you, your baby mother, and your child. So, Carlos said, so that they put 2 and 2 together? No, they still don't know. And that's not my place to tell them. It's his place to tell them. Why haven't you told your kids about the baby? He says, kind of a hard conversation to have with my kids. Are you embarrassed by it? No, it's just something different. I honestly think he is embarrassed to completely admit that he has a baby, he has a son, and he doesn't want to hurt his children, but he's already done that. And he has to pretty much keep eating all the licks. He has to accept all the licks that he's getting. Because this is what happened with what you did with your family. This is what you did. And Carlos gave him some advice. Listen, you're on a syndicated reality show. You might want to have a conversation with them before the internet tells them. So Miss Wanda, Miss Vanessa already spoke about, how what advice can Miss Wanda give, which is irrelevant. She wants to hear herself talk all about these tapes. So, this is shit we talking about. And Tisha told her mom how you can't do that. You can't keep bringing up shit that we know is not true. Stop reading the comments. Stop memorizing who the commenter said and bringing it up here and making it an issue, because that's not cool. I wouldn't want nobody to do that to me, so I don't want you doing that to someone else. Because her mom be repeating what she heard on the comments, repeat what she heard in the streets with no actual proof. And it's annoying. If you keep on repeating, you're going to give it life. So the whole sex tape between Miss Van and Marcel's brother Mark, she said, no, we were friends. We hung out. Here go Martell. Well, didn't you spend 5 or 6 hours in the car driving to his place? She said, I've never been to his house. I mean, it's what you did. That's pathetic. That's what you did. Martell, shut up. Martell, you left in the pandemic to go fucking with Ariane. Girl, good night. And Miss Van's a grown woman. She do the hell she wants to do. So Marceau did it by saying, listen, I don't believe that Mark and Miss Van had a relationship. They were whatever they were, friends, whatever, but it's none of our business. But that's what it was. And then the sex tape, I've never seen it. I have heard of it, but I don't want to talk about it no more. Kimmy and Wanda. Talking about was Kimmy disrespectful at Black? Tisha said no. Tisha said yes because I've never have someone talk to my mom like that. She should know. She's be respectful. But Kimmy said she only has 2 times to say something to me, and I walk away. I am tired of walking away. I'm gonna say my piece. And you want me to respect your mother because she's elderly? Your mother needs to have respect for other people. Because you can't be in a space where she can say what she wants to say and can't nobody check her on it, which is what you do, Tisha. Which is what you do. You let Miss Wanda speak up for you, speak how you feel, and then you have to clean it up because your mom goes too far. And the whole thing about calling Kimmy a snake, because when Kimmy and Tisha were friends, they were talking about Mel. But now Kimmy and Mel are friends and talking about Tisha. Not everybody spends their waking moment talking about Tisha, Miss Wanda. We don't. Okay. And yeah. And how Tisha doesn't defend Kimmy, but Miss Wanda says she does. When I told her that you were a snake, she said, "Mom, don't do that. Kimmy is not like that." She said, "Okay, but that's one of the times you defended me. That's cool, fine, take it." Um. Mhm. Yeah, respectful. You can only recognize me for someone before I check that ass, so leave me alone. So then Miss Wanda wants to say that Kimmy and Miss Wanda are close in age, so they can't go back and forth, be rah-rah, but not on Tisha because Tisha is younger. I don't know what that meant. You mean that you... I don't know what that meant. I don't know. Hmm. Yep, I said all of that. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Wait, did it repeat everything? Yeah, like I said, I'm getting towards the end because yeah, the passes and everything. Because Kim, yeah, because they again, Tisha is not owning up to the thing that she do because Tisha does not believe that she has passive aggressive ways, little jabs that makes things more than what it is without her being honest and talk about her feelings. She does that, which was Destiny do. Tisha, you've never owned up to things you've done, never, and you never will. Um, so the guys come back out, and Marceau and Maurice was asked how they feel about their wives arguing. They're supposed to be sister-in-laws. They don't like it. It's hurtful. And Marceau said they have the inability to block out outside voices that's about to be, on the show. So since if they can, ignore what someone says, then they have a good relationship. Well, that's not gonna work because Tisha's an impressionable person. She will accept anything that she won't have common sense to just dispute and find different ways. She won't do it. Of course, trying to find their way back. Uh, okay, so basically, this was the end, and everybody, they bring Jalen on onto the set because Kimmy was like, "Where's my son? Y'all haven't brought him up here. He's been in the back. Y'all bring my son out." So he comes back with chocolate in a bottle to end it with the to end the season with. What else happened? Mel and Martell got back and forth over something stupid because I forgot what was it. Oh yeah, Carlos likes Martell. Martell is the villain. He's the most hated one. And Martell rather say, "I'm trying to be the best that I can be, just not with you, throwing darts. We're not gonna do that because I don't want to be with you either. You don't even know my number." But my kids do. They call the phone, baby. That's a Trace trap phone, okay? That's not my car. That's not my phone. Good night. Um, Yeah, he said, this was a great reunion. I think everybody got our things off their chest. They said, no, we didn't, because we did not. We did not talk about how Tisha and Marcel treated Jalen. We did not talk about his depression. We did not dive into the Vegas situation. We did not get to Maurice buying a property and not telling Kimmy what it was. There were a lot of holes missing that we did not get into. I don't know if it's going to be aired out on the next upcoming season, because we will get season 4. But y'all didn't really dive into everybody else's situation. Y'all went to the main one, was Martell and Mel. Basically, then they try to make this funny moment between Jalen and Destiny about how he likes her, he's a cougar, all that type of stuff. Carlos says, I've been doing reality TV for 15 years, but you guys have been far my favorite cast, my favorite show. I love it. And for you guys have exceeded my expectations. So for a happy reunion and a great new season. And cheers, that was the end of the season, the end of the episode. Let me make sure I went through everything, because everything was a lot. I just wanted to did it in a nutshell. Yeah, in a nutshell, because I just want to say, because there was a lot that I wrote. But mainly in this segment right here, it was Tisha feeling alone by herself because no one else vouched for her marriage. And she did not want to be the only one to say her marriage was good. She wanted someone else, wanted someone to co-sign on her marriage. Kimmy said that, but Kimmy, we know her marriage ain't shit. And we know how Maurice makes you feel. Because Tisha feels she's alone. She's getting dragged in these comments, getting dragged by her marriage. So she wants someone on her side to say that's not true. Your husband's not on your side, Tisha? Okay. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, the whole thing about Miss Van and Mark. If there was no relationship, no relationship, but she's grown, she could do what she wants to do. Let's move on. Miss Wanda needs to mind her business. She should set up more boundaries, bigger boundaries, my dear. Please do that. Da, 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 da. Yeah, I said she supported the marriage. I said that. But yeah, that's it, you guys. That's all I have. Please stay tuned for my next video, and I'm going to see you guys later. Bye.